What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers, don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers, don't care what.
Good morning all.
Good morning.
What's the plan?
It's our first time ever we're going to haul her out this morning.
All out and we've got Antifoul.
Scrub a bum and
She's got a dirty bottom.
sand it, anti-foul it. So here we go.
Anodes.
Let's
See how
do
this
it.
goes. So we spoke to the marina, starboard side 2. Charlie's sorting the lines out. Dodging boats. To lock the wheel in the middle. Lock the wheel in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's funny how the water line's alright though, isn't it? Oh, first mistake made.
Yeah. But you've got to do these things to know, and equally I feel like they should have said.
Well, I had a plan in my head as well because I wanted to stop that. We have a water thing where it doesn't suck up if you don't close the seacock, and I haven't shut the seacock, and I didn't turn the engine off, so they lifted it up, and we're just literally craning through a car park, and I went, oh shh.
What's the smoke?
Why is there the engine still on? So I had to climb up and switch the engine off. So that the engine was running out of the water for about 5-10 minutes. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Let's see.
So the clean-up process has started. Carla's got his spacesuit on, currently standing. So you've sanded then?
Well, you're not finished. So I've done about half.
Okay. It's a hell of a look. Look at your arms. You feel like you got 2 tats. Groovy.
Okay, we need to show you the magic of this cleaner, right? Just look at this.
So yellow.
Yeah, we'll do this in real time. So just scrub all over it, and it shall just disappear before your very eyes. Don't even need to scrub, just scrub it all on. Look at that. Superb. Better update really, just been busy at it. So far, tyre hull has been sanded, keel prop, etc. I've epoxied a few little patches that needed doing. I don't know if we've sanded enough, but I'm pretty sure it's all in good, fairly good condition really. I've sanded the prop down, stopped halfway because I realised I should probably film some of this. So I am now coating with a prop primer, and then need to do 2 coats of that and then let it go, and then we do another 2 coats with prop paint. Really annoying fact for you, prop primer you have to use. I said, can I get away without it? And he said, well, if you hadn't sanded it all back it wouldn't have been a problem, but I did sand it all back, and therefore I needed the prop primer, which was another 20 quid. Super. Right, onwards.
So 4:30, 5th of September. We're just taping up or masking up for her new line, for her Antifoul. Are you pleased with the day's progressions?
I think we've done well.
Considering this is all of our first time doing it, and you think you can do it all, and we haven't yet anti-fouled, of course, but equally Carl's done some filling, and we think it needs longer to set than we thought. Progress.
First coat done, which is excellent. It's gone on alright. Goes thick quick, which is interesting. I thought I'd better do a quick update because I can't remember whether I've said what we've actually done and what we're using and all that sort of stuff. But very short and sweet summary is we have obviously lifted her out. She had a jet spray and a scrape from the yard. We then sanded her down. I used a 60 grit sandpaper and then a 120, so she's nice and smooth before we started. We then washed her all down and we used the scrubby stuff, you would have seen that before, on the hull, just to get all the rubbish off and sand and dust and bits and pieces. Then I filled a few gaps with epoxy on the hull because there were some spots where it had gone through, and on the keel to the rusty bit, so I sanded all that back to metal and then put some epoxy in. And then we have now just we're using a CU Pro high copper Antifoul, which is what was used before, so we just thought we'd stick with the same stuff. We've gone black just so we can see the different colour. And yeah, we've just finished the first coat, which is super. She's looking all good, and we've got to do another coat, and then we're done. We can take off, do that lovely thing with the masking tape, rip that off, and then we are going to leave her for a bit because I'm going away for work and stuff, and we thought instead of splashing her, we might as well wait till we're going to go straight back out in the water. So we're going to leave her here for a bit, and then when we come back I might polish the sides. I did want to paint the top sides as well, but I think it's a far bigger job than I anticipated, and we've still got some people that want to come out on the boat, so we're going to splash her again. Oh, we've also painted the prop, the first coat of the actual paint. So she's starting to look alright, which is nice. Happy days.
We're just pulled to the facilities and walking back. Look at her, she looks very different. Very chic in her new little black dress. First coat done then, Carl.
Yep. I just did a video a minute ago explaining, but yes.
Yeah.
All is,
she looks really good, doesn't she?
should feel a bit different.
Yeah. Very chic.
Next coat.
Yeah. And maybe get the anode on.
Yeah, put the anodes back on.
So you've just done the second coat on that now.
Yep.
Second coat on the prop. Look at that. Very shiny and new. It's finally time for the big reveal. Go on then, Carlos.
Yeah, it's great, my line was.
See how straight your line was. Nice. Looks pretty good. She's almost a black and white boat now.
Anode replaced and done. Pretty simple, straightforward job. Unscrew 2 bolts, put a new one on. Excellent. Okay, so now I am draining the gearbox oil, which is a little screw. I've got 2 litres out already, and then you're supposed to leave it overnight to just drain off the rest, so that is what we will do. It looks, I mean, it's minging, but it looks fairly clean, so what we've got to do is leave it overnight, and then if we see lots of bits and pieces in the bottom of the bottle from the gearbox, then we've got to address that. But fingers crossed it shouldn't, as the gearbox was actually reconditioned and rebuilt only a few years ago, so should be all good. So as this is out the water, much better job. That's that ticked. Now I can top that back up, and then this little issue here, so this here is rotating, so that is obviously broken a seal, so I don't want to put it back in the water and we end up having a bit of a situation with water coming in, so I'm going to have to take them out and redo them, and yeah, not a job I want to do, but boat life, hey, got to get these things done. Antifoul's all looking good still, so that's excellent. What else have we got to do? I suppose about it really. Just a few more bits and pieces. I think I might polish her, although she's painted. Spoke to Giles, the previous owner, the other day, and she's a painted boat, so you don't want to cut her back too much. But I think we'll give her a bit of a buff up. So I'm climbing the ladder now. Now just showing the engine. Got to learn to slow down, because I like to bash through jobs and get them done as quickly as possible. Obviously well, but I'm an efficient worker. But I need to just slow down and get all these bits and pieces done properly. So in there, let me get my cushion. What I did beforehand, I have to lean on my cushion, otherwise my manhood will be no longer. Okay, so in here we've got our cap, which I undid first, so that gives us good airflow to get through. And yeah, need to basically, once that's all drained out, I will get it. Some great camera work here. Once that's all dried out, I'll get the new oil in. We've got a couple of litres somewhere around here in that blue bottle. I'll get that oil put back in. So now I think I need to attack I want to attack them bolts and see how that goes, getting those out. Then I will go to the chandlery. Need to get some fine sandpaper to just scrape back where I've done the epoxy, and yeah, just have a chat with them about polishing stuff. Go from there. Getting on though. Boat's in a mess, but that's what happens. Right.
So this morning's the morning where she's going to get dropped back in, isn't she, Carl?
She is.
She's got her new anode on the propeller and she's all clean. Oh, okay. Well, she's anti-foul. She's done all of her jobs.
Clean. She's had a scrub. She's been touched up badly. She needs repainting really, but that's not going to be a job for this time of year. All good. Just got to drop her in. Make sure there's no water coming in.
No.
Could potentially have our little engine situation with the water intake, so that would be fun.
Because it was so noisy when we were hauling her out. I can't remember if we said, but we've got to turn the engine off. Yes, we did say, because I remember.
We
definitely said it's one thing you shouldn't do. So
yeah. But there we go. We'll see. It'll all be fine.
Yeah.
10 o'clock is supposedly our lift out time, but it's now 3 minutes past 10. So we're just in and drop another boat off. So I'm guessing it'll be half an hour or so. Yeah. At least. So yeah.
We've just got to, when they take the stilts off, we've got to paint behind these bits just really quickly. So we've got our paintbrush at the ready as soon as she gets put in her straps. So.
All good?
Yeah.
Right, onwards.
Yeah. So we've just come out of the slings and they've scooted us round, and we're just in the process of fixing, aren't we, Carl?
We are. Hopefully, I haven't fried the impeller.
You haven't?
I hope.
Oh,
Well, I'll
okay,
find
you
out
don't
in a minute.
know.
If this doesn't work, I need to blow the bubbles out of this. If that don't work, then I need to check the impeller.
Yeah.
Okay, ready
Yeah.
to turn on.
So it's not fried, it's filming.
So, looks good. Nothing wrong with the impeller. So maybe we just need to try harder.
What, in terms of flushing water through?
Yeah, hopefully nothing's blocking the...
Should I plumb the hose pipe back in then?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you undone it?
yeah. So we're just going to have another go at flushing the water down the pipe, seeing if this will clear. Yeah. Yes, Carl. Happy with that?
Fine.